We're looking at Introduction to Information System. And I was saying, whose mic is on? It's giving us a lot of echo. Can you turn off your mic? Turn off your mic. Thank you. All right, so another mic is still on. If you know your mic is on, just turn it off. All right, thank you. The echo is gone now. So the first outcome is evaluating the characteristics of different types of information systems. And the first thing that you're going to look at is the introduction to information systems. So, under introduction to information systems, there are two terminologies that we need to define and look at closely. The first terminology is information systems. We need to know what is information systems. Number two, we need to know what is a computer information system. Those two terms. So basically, we define information systems as formal. They are formal, socio-technical, organizational systems that are designed to collect, to process, to store, and distribute information. So, they are formal. By formal means approved, discussed upon, and approved. They are officially known. Number two, they are socio-technical. By socio-technical simply means that they have components in them that include the task, the people, the structure, and even the technology. So that's what we mean by socio-technical. Then they are organizational systems. In other words, they are designed to actually meet or to be used at an organizational level. Then these systems are designed to do a number of things. And the first thing they are designed to do is to collect. Number two, to be able to process, to be able to store, to be able to distribute or dissipate information. So, since we say they're formal socio-technical organizational systems designed to collect, process, store, and distribute information, another term comes in even before we move out of this. What is information? What is information? But even before we talk about what is information, there is a very important thing that we need to talk about that makes information, and that is data. Data is what makes information. So let's define data. Let's define data. Data, I define data as raw facts and figures that have no meaning to the user, or they have less meaning. Raw facts and figures that have less meaning to the user. Raw facts and figures that have less meaning to the user. Then when we process data, in other words, when we work on data, when we process data, what we get is information. What we get is information. So in layman's language, information is basically described or defined as processed data. We can say processed and organized data that has meaning to the user. Processed and organized data that has meaning to the user. That is information. Processed and organized data that has meaning to the user. So information systems basically deal with the collection, the processing, the storage, and the distribution of information. Collection We collect data, we process data, we store data. And when we process data, we get information, then we distribute that information. So if we look at the socio-technical perspective of information systems, we are going to see four major components that make up an information system. Four major components that make up an information system. The first component is the task. The task is basically what that information system does. Number two is people. We will need people to design information systems. We need people to actually oversee how processes are done, how processing is done, and everything. Then we need a structure. We have a structure. When we talk about structures, we are talking about roles. When we talk about structures, we are talking about roles. What roles does this person play? What role does the other person play? And all that. So basically, when you're talking about structure, you're talking about roles. Then technology. What technology is used in processing the information? What technology is used in distributing the information? What technology is used also in making sure that we are able to collect the information? So basically, that's it about information systems. I've talked about information systems. I've talked about information. I've talked about data. So data makes information. And then the information system is responsible for the collection, the storage, and distribution of information. The second terminology that we need to deal with is computer information system. The second terminology that we need to deal with is computer information system. So basically, or majorly, a computer information system is a system that is made up of people and computers. A system that is made up of people and computers. And the work of these people and the computers is to process or interpret information. To process or interpret information. Information that is not interpreted is not useful at all. So normally, the term computer information system is at times used in areas where it's restricted to refer to only the software that is used maybe to run some computerized database, or to refer to only a computer system. But a computer information system is basically a composition of people and computers that work to process or to interpret information. Now, you would be asking yourself, since we've said information systems, since it is a system, it means that it is made up of different components. So, what are the typical components of information systems? In other words, what are the main components of information systems? Now, or rather, computer information systems. So computer information systems are made of 5 major components. And the first component is the hardware. The second component is the software. The third component is the database. The fourth is the network. And the fifth is the procedures. So when we talk about the hardware, we are talking about the tangible parts of a computer. Hardware is the tangible parts of a computer. For example, the central processing unit, the keyboard, the mouse, the scanner, the printer, the speaker, the microphone, the headset, and all that, the hard disk. Any part of a computer that you can touch is called hardware. Software, when we talk about softwares, we are talking about the programs, the programs that we used in computers to organize and process and even analyze data. Software, so softwares are programs. The softwares are categorized in 2 major categories. The first one is system softwares, and the other one is application softwares. A system software is a software that controls the operation of a computer system. For example, an operating system is a system software. Windows is a system software. Android is a system software. Mac OS is a system software. Then application softwares are softwares that are made to actually perform a specific task. They are made to perform a specific task. For example, Microsoft Word was majorly made to deal with textual work. If you talk about Adobe Photoshop, it was created majorly to edit pictures. Does it mean that it cannot do some other stuffs? No, it can, but it cannot do them perfectly because it was not designed for that purpose. You can still edit a picture in Microsoft Word, but you cannot do it well. Microsoft Word cannot do it well than a Photoshop. Why? Because Microsoft Word was not made to do that for that particular purpose. Then databases. When we talk about databases, we are talking about some data or data that is organized into tables and files. So this is actually a component that we use it to organize and store data, and then we can retrieve the data later. Then we have network. When you're dealing with different components in a system, all these components need to be connected to each other. Okay, it is um, of essence, especially when you're dealing with different people in a big organization that are actually using the same information system. You have the information communication technology department, you have the finance department, maybe you have the hospitality department, or you have any other department. Switch off your mic, whoever that is. Switch off your mic. So all those departments are using the same information system. So their devices needs to be connected. All those devices needs to be connected. And for us to be able to do that, then the network comes in. It helps us to connect all these different people in that organization to enable use the same information system. The fifth component is the procedures. So when we talk about procedures, we are talking about the specific processes or the specific steps that are followed when data is being processed and when data is being analyzed for us to be able to get answers from the information system. When we design an information system, the major purpose is we should be able to query it, and when we query it, we should be able to get answers for our questions. So what procedures, what processes, what steps, what defined steps are used? Those are what we call procedures. Now, you might be confused, as just like Tony was confused some other time. I remember he asked me what is the difference between IT and ICT. Now, so I suspect that some of you are also confused in the same area. So I want to bring it out. Now, IT stands for information technology. ICT stands for information communication technology. So IT is actually made up of the first four components that we have discussed. So when you're doing IT, you're going to do hardware, you do software, you do databases, and you do network. But you're not going to do procedures on how that information, the specific ways that are actually used. So the first four components they are actually part of what we call information technology of an organization. So procedures, which is now the fifth component, is actually going to be specific to to the information that is needed maybe to answer a specific question. So since we have known the components of information systems, then why is it important? What is the importance of information systems in an organization? Why should an organization have an information system? Okay, for us to be able to really get a better understanding, or for an organization to benefit optimally from an information system, then it means you need to take advantage of all the capabilities of that information system. Now, of course, we have seen that information systems are there to process the data for a particular organization, that is which serves as input to those systems. Then they are going to actually generate information, and the information is going to be useful in the management operations. So for us to be able to have a more effective information system, you can either put in more data so that you have information that is more secure, or you can actually use the information you get from that information system in various ways. So the importance of information systems, I'll discuss it based on different areas. And the first one is business communication systems. Business communication systems. So information systems enable us to distribute information. Okay. So managers are able to communicate rapidly with other employees or other staff. We have emails that are used for quick and effective communication. Okay. So we can use information systems for business communication, or as a business communication. So we use also information systems, or they are important in business operations management. Now, the way you are going to manage your company, or how the company operates, is majorly depending on the information that you have. So when you have an information system can give you information that is more complete and more recent, that is going to really allow you to have more efficiency in terms of operations in your company. So you use actually the information systems to give you what we call a cost advantage over the companies that are acting as your competitors, to make sure that they keep you, they create a difference between your company from other companies by ensuring that you are offering some better customer services. You have the data that you are keeping there, maybe for products that you sell or services that you offer. So they are going to really give you some insights about what are customers buying, and then they are going to help you decide what to stock, what items to produce more, what items are selling more, of course, from the information that you get from your information system. Now, this is one of the things that supermarkets like Naivas do. They give you a card, membership card or customer card. And for you, you think when they give you the card, they just want you to get points. No. They are collecting data. They know the days you always do shopping. They know the kind of items that you want. So that information helps them to restock and make sure that at a particular time where this item goes in large numbers, then we have restocked that item in large numbers as well. The third is company decision making. Company decision making. Okay. For you to be able to make a decision as a company or a manager of a company, you are going to rely on the information that you have, so that you can use that information to model the results of your decision, or to foresee the results. So a decision most of the times is going to involve you choosing what action to follow from a given number of alternatives. You have three options, but you have to decide which option you're gonna follow. Now, for the Muslim brothers, the Kina Musa and all that. Now, in real life, it's so simple. You've been hanging around a number of ladies, and now you want to settle down. So basically, you are in the process of trying to figure out who is actually the best or who is actually the person I want. So that means you need information about all these people in terms of character. This person is this way, is this way, is this way. In terms of management, this person is this way, this way, this way. Then you are going to make a decision based on the information you have about each of these ladies. You're going to make a decision of who to settle down with about based on the information you get. There are others that you will decide, no, I can't settle down with this one. Why? Because you have information that is not really good about that people. Of course, when I'm talking about that, I have subtracted the beauty factor and the curvy factor. Hey, Musa, you are smiling. I have taken that off. I have not considered it as as something to look at when you want to get married. So the information you have basically is what helps you to make a decision. It helps you to make a decision. You are able to decide specifically what decision to take based on the information that you have. So it's very important. So if you have more than one choices out of the given choices that actually look more appealing, then you're going to have to use your information system to do just run some scenarios. Then you just look at the indicators in terms of sales, costs, profits, etc. to just help you settle down for the best option. The other factor or the other importance is record keeping for the company. We use information systems to actually keep records for the company. So your company needs records. It needs to store the financial activities and so many transactions activities. So the information system is there to just help you to store those records. Okay. So for today's class, today was an introductory class. I'm not going to go far. I was just introducing this class. Ask me any question. I want to end the class there. Time for questions. Musa, turn on your video. We might be thinking you are in class. Wewe uko vitu zingine. Always have your video on. Always. Yeah? Regardless of how you think you look. That's not our problem, right? Yeah, everybody looks nice. So regardless of how you think you look. Rukia, position your video well. Your camera. You are showing us your glass. We want to see your face.
Can you clarify again
Yeah,
the
I'm
difference
waiting for you to do that.
between...
Just a moment, Alex.
Yeah.
Just a moment. Rukia, I'm talking to you. Put your camera well. Yes. We are all wonderfully and fearfully made. Rukia, you're wasting my time. Can you do that? Position your camera well. Achana, hata sisi much. Hata mimi inaniuma. Just position the camera well. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Position it well. We need to see. We need to see your face. Thank you. All right. What are you saying, Alex?
I'm saying, can you please clarify again the difference between the IT and ICT? Hapo kwa hiyo difference
We
hapo na
said
manage.
we said IT covers. Turn off your mic. There is echo. Turn off your mic. IT covers the four components: the hardware, the software, the network, and databases. In other words, it covers on the hardware that is used, the software that is used, the databases for the storage and retrieval of information, and then the network. But it does not look at the protocols, the procedures that are used in communicating the information. That is why we don't have communication in it. It is just information technology. But ICT on the other hand, it has the four, but it also has the procedures that are used to actually distribute information. That is the major difference. In ICT, we also look at the procedures that we use to distribute information. In IT, we don't consider that. But I'll bring it, I'll bring the difference more clearly in the other classes. I'll cover that later.